Where I'm gonna making here is phosphoric acid, and I have tried many times to make concentrated phosphoric acid like more than 80%, or I have tried to make more than 85%. Even I have tried much. Yes, you can make it, but it's not simple. So like I have taken here is dilute sulfuric acid. Here I have shown the much dilution is like too much, but simply I have tried is like you can take 400 ml of like concentrated sulfuric acid and add 100 ml of water into it. Make sure that you will add the acid slowly because it's like you can see too much vigorous. And then here another step I have is calcium triphosphate, which is another food preservative, like you can easily purchase it. Make sure that you can't dilute it too much, or like you will take a concentrated sulfuric acid. In this reaction calcium sulfate is formed, which is actually soluble in sulfuric and phosphoric acid both. But if you dilute it, calcium sulfate will form the hydrated form of the calcium sulfate, like calcium sulfate, then H2O, normally in water or like in phosphoric acid. So like you can easily simple using vacuum filter, but the gravity filter will not work because it will not be a good way to separate it, the concentrated acid basically. But in this reaction, like concentrated phosphoric acid form, which is like the 66 to 71%. So like it is too much like viscous and like kind of oily. As we will add the calcium triphosphate in the dilute, not dilute basically, but in the sulfuric acid, the this reaction is like exothermic and heat release, and make sure that you will heat more using the heating mantle or hot plate, so that the like the reaction will occur smoothly and the calcium sulfate will form in the hydrated stuff. As you heat it, the hydrated calcium sulfate is formed, and basically in first the crystallized form is too soluble, so it will not separate. Like sometime a needle like calcium sulfate will form, which will not separate to through the vacuum filter because it's like too small in microscope. If you look at in the microscope, it looks seriously too small that it can pass through the vacuum filter too. So make sure that you will heat to using the hot weather heating mantle, because it will release all that and forming a like powderized form of the calcium, hydrated calcium sulfate basically. And like you can then separate the phosphoric acid and the calcium sulfate. After this, a little bit calcium sulfate like will settle down the bottom, and you will separate the phosphoric acid. Like maximum calcium sulfate will filter out through the vacuum filter, but a little bit milligrams of the calcium sulfate will left at the bottom. As it settles at the bottom, you can separate out the phosphoric acid. Actually, I will tell you my yield is like 70, more than 71%, because like as you add the water in it, the calcium sulfate will form the hardest form of it. This will like absorb the water, and as you heat it, most of the water will evaporate because the phosphoric acid is not volatile, or like its boiling point is basically more than the water. So like you can easily evaporate the water, and it will not evaporate the water. Like don't heat it too much because the maximum concentration of phosphoric acid is basically 95%. As you evaporate it much, the phosphoric acid will also evaporate. And basically one thing, as it concentrated, as it like concentrate more, then the boiling point of phosphoric acid will decrease. So make sure like not much evaporate, because as its concentration will increase, the phosphoric acid will boil easily. And like as you will heat, like you can see in the video also, like as I heat the solution, basically the calcium sulfate crystals like coming top and going down. It looks like the rain of the calcium sulfate. Well, that's it. Subscribe for more and like and share also.